Hello, good morning. It's Zach from Feel Free to Argue. I was just checking out this video on Veracifier, and have to admit I'm pretty interested about the way people are responding to Phil Gramm's comments. And I just thought I'd leave a video here because I think it's important that we all, realize this for what it is. First of all, we got to realize that Phil Gramm feels very strongly about these comments that he made. So much so that, even given the opportunity later on to take it back, he showed no interest in taking it back and said, I meant every word of it. So we know that he's very clear about the way he feels, and this really is the way he feels. It's not, that he was misrepresented or someone is twisting his words or taking them out of context. He stands by them 100%. So, the other thing we need to be aware of is that he was speaking for the McCain camp. As one of the primary architects of McCain's economic policy, he was doing the rounds, Gramm was, going to various editorial boards and explaining McCain's philosophy, and this all part of this kind of restart to his campaign that he was trying to do last week with his new representation. This was all part of that, trying to get the message out for McCain's campaign. So clearly, at least at the time when he said it, he thought he was A, speaking on McCain's behalf, and B, trying to represent, McCain's political economic philosophy. I mean, this is the guy who's writing the policy. So I think this is where you really have to think about what's going on, because if this is the guy who wrote McCain's economic policy, and he doesn't think we have any real economic problems, well, then I don't think you're going to be having any real economic solutions in the economic policies that he's designing for McCain. And I think, if you look at a lot of the analysis of these things, you see that there isn't a lot of help for, people in trouble, because honestly, they just don't see it. They don't see the problems. They think that people just need to get used to their station in life, and if that means that they're losing their house, so be it. If it means that they can't afford gas to get to work, so be it. And this is honestly the way that these people think. So I guess we should be grateful that we know that the person who's designing, John McCain's economic policy does not feel your pain at all. And that's what it gets down to. So, maybe they're going to hide away this guy for the rest of the campaign. Maybe they're going to put him in the, equivalent of Siberia for political operatives and try to get him not to talk. But the one thing that I think people should remember is that, this is not like, somebody who has a tangential relationship to McCain. This is a close, personal friend of McCain, and McCain has said that he's weak on economics. So, he probably took an enormous amount of input from this man when he was designing his economic policies, if the guy didn't write them for him wholesale. And, always have in the back of your mind that John McCain's economic policies were designed by somebody who thinks that we're a nation of whiners who doesn't have any kind of real economic problems. Now, if you don't think we have any real economic problems, then certainly I think, voting for McCain is a great option for you, because, these people are all on board with you. They don't think we have any real economic problems either. But if you feel like we have some real economic problems, then maybe you need to be thinking about casting your vote for someone else, Obama or somebody else besides McCain, because the people who are writing economic policy for McCain, they don't think there are any real problems out there. They just think they're a bunch of whiners.